We're back here. We're joined now by Cardinals head coach Kliff Kingsbury for our weekly exclusive one-on-one with Coach Kliff. Let's start here. You played the Rams. You played them 3 times last year. You're very familiar with the Rams. I'm sure they're familiar with you as well. The takeaway we've kind of had as we've talked it out throughout this show was yesterday feels like a missed opportunity. Do you feel that way as well?
Yeah, I think anytime you don't play as well as you can, that's how you're going to feel. The defending champs for a reason. If you get down like that and start slow and you're chasing the whole game, it's going to be tough. And I thought our guys played hard, fought till the end, but just put ourselves in a hole, and we're kind of digging out of it the entire time.
You know, when I played Kliff, I never needed a coach to get me ready to play a game, to start. Yet you guys are going through this process of starting slowly. How much of that, Kliff, do you accept as your responsibility?
Yeah, I think if you're a competitor and you're the head coach, you're going to feel some of that. And we've tried different things to try and change it up and change up routines, and nothing has clicked yet. But hopefully we figure that out soon, because like I said earlier in the media, the first 3 games we've been playing catch up from the jump, and that cuts your play sheet in half, and you're not able to execute the game plan that you had in place that week. And we got to be able to dictate a game on our terms one of these days, and hopefully that comes this Sunday.
Last season when you guys got off to that start, and even it's like, and basically all 11 of your wins, you guys were the team scoring first, so sort of the opposite right there of what you're saying. And I know you kind of talked about this going into the game yesterday, but is there a balance where you obviously need to stress the importance to your guys, but you also don't want to talk about it too much too, right?
Yeah, no doubt. I think there can be overkill, and it can have the adverse effect. But these guys are all pros. You know, we have a lot of great players on our team that have played at a high level, and we got to figure out how to get that going. But that's a big part of having success in this league, is being able to dictate the terms by getting a lead and staying in front.
You know, this offense, of course, was going to be the strength of this team and has been the strength of this team. So why are they struggling right now, Kliff? This is something we were talking about a little bit. Is it just purely execution? Why are they struggling offensively?
Yeah, I think it's all of us, coaches and players. Coaching-wise, with some of the pieces missing, making sure we're putting the right guys in the right places to be successful, and then players not trying to do too much. There's no 14-point plays. I mean, you got to take one after another, and don't get tired of doing the little things right, and taking what's there at all positions. And that's something that I think we've been trying a bit too hard early and gotten in a hole, and it's been hard to dig out of.
Kliff Kingsbury joining us for his weekly one-on-one. Kliff, the offense not converting touchdowns as much as you would like, how much does that play into your mindset of going forward on 4th down as much as you guys have?
Yeah, I mean, we've been behind and playing good teams that we felt like it's going to take more than field goals to win those games. And close on things down there. You saw it yesterday, close on some throws, some catches that could have got us in the end zone but didn't. And that's something we got to keep working on and emphasizing in practice.
Through 3 games right now, how would you say Kyler Murray is playing?
Yeah, I think he's battled. I think he's competed at a high level. He's kept us in the games for the most part. It's just all of us are a bit off, it seems like, whether it's play calling or game management by me, or not executing exactly how we want it on offense or defense, or a missed tackle here or there. It's just we don't seem to be clicking just yet, and we got to get that rolling before we roll to Carolina.
One guy that definitely got rolling yesterday was Hollywood Brown, and I know that you probably expect performances like that between him and Kyler, but it was 8 for 87 in the first half, 14 for 140 overall. That has to be something I'm sure you're encouraged about going forward.
I'm excited to see how he develops. I think he'll get more and more comfortable in our offense, and did some nice things yesterday. We had a couple more that I wish we could have hit, and hopefully we will moving forward. But he plays hard. He's really fast, and he likes to be out there, which I appreciate. He practices hard, does all the things you want, and I think as we get some of these other pieces back, he's going to have a great role for us.
Kliff, I know it's so easy to look back in hindsight and you say you should have done that here, but the 11-29 where you could have kicked a field goal, made it a 1 possession, do you regret that?
I don't. I like the call we had. I like what we had going. It just didn't work out for us. That's one of those situations you analyze everything and the situation in the game and take all those things into account. And just didn't convert it, unfortunately.
Are you the defense in particular? We were kind of talking about this earlier, and Wolf just said it. You expect the offense to maybe be the identity of this team, and the defense. It's not like they're playing perfect football, but these last 6 quarters, they've essentially held Cooper Kupp to 4 for 44, and Devontae Adams to 2 for 12. That's not just Byron Murphy, but Byron Murphy's a lot of that, isn't he?
He's playing at a high level, and I think Vance and our defensive staff have done a great job saying, hey, somebody else is going to beat us other than those 2 guys, and make them look other places. And you said it, hadn't been perfect so far, but have come up with big plays when we needed to, and have played extremely hard together as a group. And you see them flying around, making plays all over the field. And I expect us to keep getting better with some of the young players we have, and then some of the guys we have coming off that short-term IR. So it's been fun to watch that group progress.
Kliff, what was your thought process at 6:47 when you took the ball over on the 3-yard line at 6:47 of the fourth quarter, down 2 possessions? What was your thought on this? Was it because you were backed up that you guys were not going up tempo at that point in time?
Yeah, we wanted to get something going. We thought we had enough time. We had 2 timeouts at that point, so we wanted to get something going and then kind of get into it, which we were able to, but still would have liked to operate at a higher tempo, there's no doubt. And they did a good job kind of keeping it in front of them and taking what they give them and make us have these gains. And unfortunately, we burned a timeout on that drive, which really hurt us.
Kliff Kingsbury joining us. Got to ask you about Isaiah Simmons. Still didn't play a lot yesterday. Is this a process that he's working through in practice, or is it like Vance said, it's just kind of the way the game flow is dictating it?
Yeah, I think he had another really, really good outing, and he'll continue to do that. And his practices have been really good the last 2 weeks, and I think the game's slowing down for him, and he's flying around and making plays, and that's the expectation, and I expect his role to continue to increase as he continues to make those big strides that he's made.
How was the protection for Kyler Murray?
I thought, they battled. Anytime you drop back 60 times against that team, that's
Yeah.
going to be tough sledding. I mean, that's not the game you want to get in, and don't want to be one-dimensional against the Rams. But I thought that they fought their tails off for him, and once again gave us some opportunities there late. We just weren't able to make it happen.
You guys are so familiar with them at this point. I mean, I know you're not preparing for one game any more than another, but is there like a chess match on top of a chess match when you're going up against McVay, and you guys have matched up, 8 times?
Yeah, I think we both know what you're going to get, and then it's kind of who makes the bigger play at the right time. And they had some good plays they made defensively, I thought, timely sacks and things that got us off schedule, and then some big-time throws by Stafford escaping that sack, and a couple others, big screens that they had set up, and that turned out to be the difference.
Kliff, do you feel like you need to run the ball a little bit more to make this offense better? What is Kyler better in a balanced offense, in your opinion?
Yeah, there's no doubt. And like I've said, that's why we can't get behind like we've got behind. You can't get behind and get one-dimensional and end up, throwing it the whole game like we have basically the first 3 weeks. And so we want to stick to our game plan, hopefully this week, and be able to be more balanced and play at a higher level.
Some of these guys that haven't been able to play, like a Rondale Moore, are they getting closer, do you think?
I hope so. Yeah, we'll see how Rondale responds this week. But he's a guy who can be a difference maker for us, and it'd be good to get him back.
How about the adversity overall? How is this team responding to that adversity right now, being 1-2? Obviously you had the miracle come from behind victory, of course, against the Raiders. How is this team doing right now mentally?
Yeah, they're good. I mean, they understand it's early in the season. I mean, it's a marathon, not a sprint. We know what happened last year, and I'd much rather be facing it right now than get to the end of the season like last year and have it and limp into the playoffs and not really have a chance. So hopefully we learn from it. I think it can make us a better team, and we can build off of it. Got to get to 2-2 this first month and then see where it can go.
Well, Coach, we appreciate the time as always. Good luck against Carolina. All right?
Thank y'all.